What's up, guys? Still in the fabrication phases here. I wasted most of the week because I got the Crossmember mounting points welded up on the bottoms here, and got the whole suspension mocked up with the wheels and everything, and unfortunately realized that the driver's side wheel was sticking past the fender lip a quarter inch more than the passenger side. So I had to go back and remeasure everything. What I ended up doing to confirm my measurements on the ground here was I ran a string from each rear control arm mounting point down to the ground with the plumb bob, marked it, and then ran a diagonal line up to each of the Corvette control arm mounts. Meaning I went from the driver's side rear control arm up to the passenger side control arm, and then vice versa on the other side with a piece of string, checked it that way. Sure enough, it was off, which means that my suspension center line was slightly off. Moved the cross member an eighth inch more to the passenger side to make up for the amount the tire was sticking out. Rechecked my diagonals from the rear control arms, and sure enough, it was perfect. So somewhere along the lines, my center line was an eighth inch off. Hey, we all make mistakes. What are you going to do? But either way, it's fixed now. Obviously, these brackets were wrong, which is why I have a clamp here holding this thing an eighth inch more to the side. But now that I know that that is perfect where it's sitting, I'm making the main mounts, and I wanted to show you guys. In my last video, I think I talked about using a cardboard template, and I use templates a lot out of either paper, cardboard, whatever you want to use. But I made a template of this. What this is you've got two mounts on the C4 Crossmember. You've got this one here that's kind of just like a locating mount. It's got two bolts that hold it in from the bottom. And then you have the main structural mount, which goes right up against the plate here for the upper control arm. So this piece that I made up, and you're not going to be able to see this, later in the video I'll take the camera down there and show you where I'm going. But that is going to fit right up against there, like that. And there's actually two mounting bolts directly underneath the upper control arm mounting bolts that are hidden on the other side by the frame rail here. But anyways, that's going to sit in there. And then it's going to come out and be welded right to the main frame rail here. So these will be the main mounts. I've got one made now. I'm making the other one at the moment. And once these are on, that thing will be set in stone. So I can really mock it up. I can make sure everything looks good once again. And then the Crossmember will be in. So we're looking good. Anyways, let me go make that other plate. So skipped a little ahead here, but I ended up finishing up both plates, and it's in. Oh my god, it's in. The Crossmember is in. It's bolted to both sides, welded to the frame rails, so you can see the plate right there that I made, and the Crossmember is all in place. So that's a huge load off my chest. Now that the Crossmember is in place and it's set in stone, I can bolt it in and unbolt it as I please. I know it's always going to be in the right spot, and man, I'm pretty happy. I'll try to show you guys real quick what is going on here. All right. So you can see there's my plate I made here. It's butted right up against the Crossmember, all welded, temporarily welded. I ended up cutting off the Corvette mount that I had welded to the frame rail, just because honestly I thought it was kind of ugly, and I came up with a better idea utilizing this plate and kind of tying this mounting point into that plate, similar to how the actual Corvette frame rail was designed as well. But I think it'll end up looking a lot nicer, and it'll just be a much cleaner look. It'll be stronger. But either way, the Crossmember is still bolted in place. I'll take you around the top side here. And you can see that's where it bolts to the Crossmember. All nice and welded up. I'm going to end up probably adding a gusset in here, going from the top part of the plate over to the frame rail, just to reinforce that, and brace it up nicely. But it's pretty strong. I mean, that is all 1/8" plate. But either way, I'd like to go overkill considering it's a suspension piece. And I'll take you over to the other side here. And you can see this side is actually mocked up with the whole suspension on. And we have a wheel bolted to the car. You can see it is nice and centered. I've got it sitting at my ride height right now. The control arm is nice and level. I had the angle finder on it, and it's at a perfect 0 right now at my ride height, so that's good. And yeah, like I said, I'm pretty happy. So this is a huge step forward for me. I guess the next step is going to be to kind of finish up that frame rail. I'll make the lower mount there, get it real nice and sturdy. But now that I know that everything is in place and lines up the way it's supposed to, I can actually move on to something else, like, you know, getting the coilovers in place and starting to do some of the fun stuff. So I know it's kind of seemed like these videos were dragging on, but I'll tell you what, guys, this has been a ton of measuring. A lot of late nights, a lot of excruciating headaches trying to figure this stuff out, but the hard part's done. And by the way, don't mind my getup. I actually just got back from fishing, which is why I'm all bundled up like this, and I'm probably filthy, but I'm filthy anyways, working on the car all the time, so no big deal there. But anyways, guys, I think that this is going to do it for this week, and I wanted to apologize because I've been skimping out a lot on getting the actual fabricating and you know, cutting and welding on video. But to be completely honest with you guys, it's been driving me insane not having this Crossmember bolted into the car yet. So I've kind of just been skipping through it just to get work done and not concentrate so much on the video. But either way, I'm going to try to get some of the other stuff on video now that this is out of the way. So anyways, this is probably going to do it for this week. And like always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. And stay tuned for the next video. I'll catch you guys later.